Views SFV Media Production.
Yeah, this is Hector, your co-host here on Valley Views, and along with my co-host right here.
Diosi, hi guys. You're listening to KROJ 101.5 FM.
That's right.
A huge shout out to Blizzard from Take You There Radio, our DJ on Valley Views every Sunday morning.
Yo, it's Fernando. Shouts out to Valley Views, man. They played me on the station. I was like, let me make you a jingle. So this is my jingle I made for them. This is what I had to do. This is Valley Views. This is what I had to do. This is Valley Views. Got me singing like, eh, 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 eh. So what you want? Got me singing like, eh, eh, eh. So what you want? Got me singing like, eh, eh, eh. So what you want? Got me singing like, eh, eh, eh. So what you want? I wasn't tripping when I lost my job. No reason to lie to my mom. Now I've got 8, 9 to 5, y'all. I was like, right on, right on, right on. No work on weekends, eh? Waking up early, sleep at 8. I think I'm surely dreaming, eh? Just look at what Burns achieving, eh? 20 pro skater, I'm gonna grind. Not one opportunity I will decline. I show up early, jokes and truth, I jot in the rhyme. Chicano house to Omatsu now. To a song with y'all in his papa's house. 8182 San Diego. Become a legend in the valley like Danny Trejo. This is what I had to do. This is Valley Views. This is what I had to do. This is Valley Views. Got me singing like, eh, 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 eh. So what you want? Got me singing like, eh, 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 eh. So what you want? Got me singing like, eh, eh, eh. So what you want? Got me singing like, eh, eh, eh. So what you want? Eh, eh, eh.
Valley Views SFV Media is sponsored by Superior Car Co., your cargo van and truck warehouse. For more information, you may visit them at www.superiorcar.net. That's car with a K. And Ira Hart, your local insurance agent, located at 13867 Foothill Boulevard, Suite 107, Sylmar, California 91342. Phone number 818-362-1236. Ira Hart, your local insurance agent for all your auto and car insurance. And now, your Valley Views radio show, presented by Pueblo y Salud and KROJ 101.5 FM.
Check. 1, 2. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, depending when and where you're listening to Valley Views, y'all. My name is Hector, the host of Valley Views. We got Diosi up in the house and Blizzard right here.
Hey-o.
How y'all doing?
Good, man. How are you?
Yeah, not bad. You know, it's Sunday.
Yes.
And time change. How do you guys feel about the time change? It's a spring forward, so we lose an hour.
Yeah.
Spring's right around the corner. What is that, May 20th? So it's almost here, springtime.
Yeah.
Yep.
How do you guys feel with the spring hour now, you know?
Well, I know that it might feel a little bit rough for us right now, just like given that it feels like we lost an hour. But I'm really looking forward to those like longer extended daylight, like daylight days.
Right?
You know, I'm looking forward to like days at the park and
definitely.
evenings out, and I'm just looking forward to that aspect of the time change. But yeah, it was definitely a rough morning. I woke up and my phone alarm went off on time, and so that was great. I was like, cool. Got in the shower, looked at my clock in the bathroom, and I was like, oh, okay, I have some time. And no, I did not have time. It was not changed, even though my 11-year-old daughter kept telling me to change the time.
Oh, man.
I didn't, and it definitely nipped me in the butt, but it's okay. We made it on time.
Yep.
I'm
Yay,
here with
yay.
you lovely folks. But what about you, Blizzard? How was it for you?
Well, so last night it went from 1:59 to 3 o'clock in the morning, and then I was like, I gotta go to sleep. But it was cool. It was cool. Earlier, I was asked, what she asked me? She was like, "How are you feeling the time change?"
Yeah, exactly.
I was like,
Jackie was saying like how the time's going so fast too.
yeah.
You know?
I was like, I don't know. I'm always tired, so at this point, there's no effect. I'm tired.
There's like, I'm just tired of being tired. You know?
Yes.
Can we do something different than tired?
I need some rest.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
no, I'm also excited for the longer afternoons. Definitely means more hiking and stuff like that
Yes.
with the sunset and
Uh-huh.
yeah, the
Better
sunset's
weather.
gonna start getting like later, so that's always
Yeah.
nice. You know?
Yeah.
Like,
All the activities are going to pick up again, and
Yeah.
just life is going to feel like life again.
Yes.
I always look forward to spring and summer.
Yeah. Although I gotta
Yeah.
tell you, I do like the winter. There's something
Yeah, me
nice
too.
about the winter that's so reflective. I like the cloudy day. I mean, I like the rainy days
Me
actually a
too.
lot. You know.
Yeah.
I wish we had more of those. I think we have another storm coming up, but
Yeah, this week I think it's
know?
supposed to rain.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So I'm just kind of enjoying it because I know before we know it,
It's going to be
it's gonna
hot.
be hot.
Yep.
So
We're
it's
in the
kinda,
valley.
It's gonna be nice, you know, to
Yeah.
continuing to enjoy this weather and you know, even yesterday. When we were over at LA Mission College and like seeing the view from that admissions office, like the mountains, and it was just such nice winter weather, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely enjoying this weather. But the time change is, I feel like for me in my household, the person that gets hit hardest, or I would say the living person. Well, I guess we call Nala a person, you know?
Yeah.
Our little doggy's the one that gets hit hardest with the
Yeah.
time change. It's funny to watch, like, tonight, she'll probably be all tripping out, like, should I go to bed earlier? Should I go to bed later? Like, even this morning, she was like, why are you trying to wake me up already? You know, I was like,
bro.
I was like, get up already. We got to go. And she's like, it's not time.
You're
Oh, my
tripping.
God.
That
Nala,
is
Nala
so
be
funny.
struggling, you know?
Poor Nala.
No, your dogs
Oh,
really
my
get
God.
like accustomed to routine, so
Oh,
I can
yeah.
see that for sure.
Yeah, she's like, why are you getting up already? It's not
I
time.
know. I feel bad for them because they have like no say in the whole thing.
Right?
Yeah.
I know, but it's definitely
Nala has a good life though.
Yeah, she
Everybody
does.
knows that Nala. If
Yeah.
if you were ever to want to be a pet,
yeah, me
You
too.
wanna
it
be
would be
Nala,
Nala.
Yeah,
Nala is loved.
if I could come back reincarnated, I better come back like a little Nalita,
Yeah.
you know?
Same.
Oh my gosh, I think she eats better than us. Like, I mean, seriously,
Probably.
she has better food than us. I don't know what's going on. How did that happen? Like, the roles got switched big time, you know?
Ay, ay, ay.
But big shout out to Nala and Esme listening. Woof woof. What's up, Nala?
Woof, woof.
But we're back right here, y'all. Today's show is gonna be pretty nice and light. We have So For Real Though joining us later today in a little bit to talk about Soul Food Valley Bites, but really just to catch up with So For Real Though, and then interns are out there doing some skits for their they got some projects coming on, and so they got some skits that they're doing, and then we also have Jackie on the cameras. And then later on today at 11:20, we'll have Priscilla from the San Fernando Outdoor Market just to tell us a little bit about what happened at last week's San Fernando City Council meeting related to the questions being asked about the San Fernando Outdoor Market. And, you know, I want to discuss both sides of like what's going on with the outdoor market in the city and a little bit more about that structure, how it's set up. I think it's good for folks to know, especially here in the city of San Fernando. And I want to get into it though right now and really just talk about the. I really say you know, with everything going on. Actually, before we talk about the sanctuary cities, I just want to give a big shout out to Congresswoman Luz Rivas and her team for reaching out and asking me to be the MC for the swearing ceremony at the community.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It was a really honor for me to do that, but also it was just really nice to see you know, the trajectory that Luz Rivas has been on and what she's been able to do in the public life and as a public servant. It's nice to see that she's representing the Northeast San Fernando Valley in Congress. So it was really nice to be out there at LA Mission College yesterday. Rudy Ortega was there. We had the former Congressman Tony Cardenas there that administered the oath of office, along with Congresswoman Luz Rivas' mom that were, you know, participated in the oath. I thought that was really such a touching moment, you know, to
Yeah.
like for her to include her mom in that,
Yeah.
it just I know that meant so much in the world to both of them, you know.
Yeah.
And then we also had the U.S. Senator Alex Padilla, the keynote speaker as well. We had the 205th Battalion Pacoima Middle School Cadet Corps there as well that
So
performed.
crazy.
And then the mariachi, the Master's Apprentice mariachi program was there from the city of San Fernando.
Oh,
They were
nice.
rocking it. They actually did a Star Wars song.
No way.
They were so good.
The national anthem as
cool.
well. And so it was really neat to see the mariachi's diversity of music
Yeah.
with the mariachi sounds.
Yeah.
though,
They're,
you know?
they're so
That was
young.
I love when they do that.
They're so young and so creative. You know, it's interesting to see like their choices of songs
Yeah.
too. You know,
Yeah.
That's cool.
And
when
they were on point. You know?
when we
Yeah.
got there, we came up the stairs and Ruben was there. Ruben from Pueblo y Salud, the director of Pueblo y Salud, was there, and he's like, I'm here supporting the musicians. I'm here supporting the mariachi because they're so good and everybody's over there, but like look at them. Look at this
Yeah.
youth.
I love that.
It was really beautiful.
Yeah. And it was just the layout. I really wish they were like in the front, just the way the layout was of the I mean,
you
it's a beautiful space, you know. But
you
it was
know, I
it
feel-
echoed really nicely. I will
Yes.
say that though. you
That's
know?
what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
I was like the echo of their voices and the instruments. It gave it this like elegant, like nostalgic kind of like you're gonna remember that sound.
Oh,
You know,
cool.
like the way that it was echoing through the administration building.
Yeah.
It was really nice.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
it was definitely you would appreciate some of the acoustics.
The
there.
acoustic. There you go.
They're
That,
good, you
that's
know?
the word.
Yeah,
The acoustics.
yeah, they were
awesome.
nice.
Because
You know,
the building is like surrounded by glass.
Oh, okay.
So it like the sound really bounced
Yeah.
from the.
it was good.
That's cool.
Yeah, but big shout out to them and the whole entire team. We got some other stuff going on with them soon. So we have I have a series as well that I'm helping to produce with Natalie Garcia from Chicano in the City called Sigue la Lucha, a fight for immigrant voices. We have part 2 that will be released tomorrow, March 10th already. And that one we did over at Bodevi Wine and Espresso Bar. So big shout out to our community partner Bodevi for working with us and providing that space and so much other goodies while we were there, actually, of course, from Bodevi to make that production happen. And so we'll be talking to a undocumented individual who's in the fashion and design world and really being vulnerable with us and sharing a little bit more about in today's landscape what it means to be undocumented and be navigating being here and by here I mean like here in LA, you know, and like you know, she's Paulina worked with us before on Chicano Elegance Gala. She's really gifted and talented, so hope y'all tune in for that. That'll drop tomorrow, I believe at 6 p.m. is what we have on our schedule for that. That'll be primarily right now on our YouTube channel, and later we'll be rebroadcasting it here as well on Valley Views radio show as well. And speaking of Bodevi too,
Oh, yeah.
we have our second community sound waves. We actually have 3 already booked, and a 4th one actually is on the way already. But and actually a 5th one that I didn't even tell you about yet because I just got the text message last night. But Blizzard, tell us about community sound waves, March 16th, happening at Bodevi, 9:30. Tell us a little bit more about that one.
Yeah, so if you guys didn't get to check out the last one at Sweet Paradise Bakery, we have the next one coming up at Bodevi, which is in San Fernando at the San Fernando Mall. And we're super excited. One, because we get to live stream this to the people, and it's pretty cool to be able to play the Take You There radio sound in person. Like, not just here in the studio, but like actually to people, where I think it's most fitting with the coffee Sunday morning.
Yep.
You know, good vibes, good people. So, yeah, no, super excited.
Exactly, yeah. And community soundwaves is all about, as we've been thinking about this, Blizzard and I, like, how can we do what we already do here in the studio, which is highlight community, but now do it like in their place, space, you know,
Yeah.
in their space, you
Yeah.
know, and how can we take, again, like one of our Valley Views saying is from the studio to the street. So how can we take our studio
Yeah.
to the street? So we're like,
Literally.
we figured it out, and we're still figuring it out, you know.
Yeah.
But I think the best way to do it is just to learn by actually like going,
Yep.
plugging the system in, and then learning what works, what doesn't. And I think for this next one, I'm really excited because I feel like we figured out a lot of different
Oh,
things.
definitely.
So I'm so excited for that. So so For Real Doe is about to join us
Yes.
already here in the studio. Just opened the door, did a turn, closed the door. Now smiling at us as Soph will be joining us right here in the seat. Take a seat right there, Soph. And we'll take a quick little short break. We're gonna talk about sanctuary cities next, and then after that, we're gonna Soph is gonna join us for that conversation as well, and then we'll get into Sofu Valley Lights, y'all. So with that said, we're gonna take a short little break, and we'll be right back here on Valley Views, y'all. Yes, 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 folks. We're back. We're back, everybody. Valley Views, KROJ, here at Pueblo y Salud. This is KROJ 101.5 FM, Radio Olin, Panorama, California, y'all. And we just want to welcome everybody for being here, of course. We got So For Real Dope up in the house.
What's up, San Fernando Valley?
Oh, yeah. Soph hasn't been here for a little minute. Soph, well, you were here like 2 weeks ago, but like, not really in the studio with us. But how are you today, this morning?
I've been good. My mind, soul, spirit, whatever you call it, my mental is there physically. I'm here.
Yep. That's
And,
the mind, body, and spirit, right?
Mind, body, and well, how do you say it?
I say mind, body, and spirit,
Mind, body, and
I
spirit.
just threw the soul into
Yeah.
Yeah, soul's good.
soul food.
Soul food.
Valley Bites.
That's right.
Yeah, I'm good. How are you doing?
Yeah, not bad. Feeling pretty good. Surprisingly, not that tired considering we had that hour difference. I try my best to go to bed a little. Like once it hit 10, I was like, all right, technically it's 11, not 10. So I was trying to like unwind. So, but yeah, feeling good overall. Not too bad, not too bad.
Sprung forward.
Yep, exactly. But we're here and we're gonna talk to Soph a little bit more and just a bit about the. What do you call it? Soulful Valley Bites series and like what to look forward to. But before we do that, I really want to get into the sanctuary cities and talk a little bit more about that because I know there is at least in the city of San Fernando, there was a discussion that was held just like in neighboring city Burbank had one. But they, I think both cities actually haven't actually passed any resolutions yet. But I know the city of San Fernando is going to have one, I think, in April. I think I've heard like maybe April 7th or something like that. But yeah, Josie, I want to just start a little bit on like, and I know you've spoken at the Burbank one and in the city of San Fernando one. Maybe we could start with just what does it mean to be a sanctuary city?
Yeah. So, well, I'm not an expert on sanctuary cities. I just want to start there. I am just a concerned community member who read up a bit on the issue and, know that I have a voice to advocate. And so that's what I am doing. I'm also involved in different community spaces where, it is something that is are like the San Fernando Young Dems, Voces Unidas, Pueblo y Salud. These are spaces that encourage you to like take up space and speak up and use your voice, as well as like Radio Olin. But so having the platform that I do, along with my my co-founders, we have been very, very affected, I'd say, like personally by everything that's going on with immigration in our community. And so when we found out about Burbank holding the public comment, it was a no-brainer that whoever of us can go, we would go. And so we went and we were surrounded by a community that we know and we are in collaboration with here in the city of San Fernando and the greater San Fernando Valley area. So it was really nice to step into the city of Burbank and like automatically feel that sense of community and camaraderie. Yeah. So that was great. It was a little bit nerve-wracking going into city of Burbank just because of the history that we know with the city of Burbank. And so we didn't know what to expect, if we were going to expect angry people like on the opposition, which was not the case at all. Everybody there was actually there to speak in favor of the sanctuary city. Not one person that the whole time that I was there spoke against it, which was like, honestly, like just, it was so.
You were a little surprised by that.
Yeah, it kind of like made me very hopeful.
Yeah,
It's refreshing.
It's so refreshing.
No, that's good. That's good.
So then that was that we did that. Liz from Aguas Frescas was there. Daniel Molina, myself, Maria from Las Comadres. There's some of the San Fernando Young Dems. Veronica Delara from SEIU. So a lot of folks. And then so a couple weeks pass, and then we have the public comment here in the city of San Fernando, and so very similar situation. But the difference was that I feel that the one with here in the city of San Fernando kind of was like came out of, I wouldn't say out of nowhere, but I did have to I didn't know about it. I didn't find out until like I would say the day before or the day of. So I had to switch around a lot of things in my calendar. I actually had to. I took a work call from Shadow Grove because it was like the closest place with Wi-Fi. So I actually like just hopped on and was like, hey, this is like really important. I gotta go. When I walked into the city of San Fernando, it was filled with like you guys saw like there was a article with the Sun. There's Midnight Hour reporting on it. Everybody was talking about the amount of community support that was there. And a lot of our friends and community members, colleagues, people that we've had here on air spoke in favor of the sanctuary city.
Yeah, I think there wasn't anyone that spoke against it either.
No, that was actually one woman who spoke against it, which everybody was very shocked, and she was very brave because she was the only person there that spoke against it. But again, it was like the commentary was like the generalizing of our people, that we are all criminals, that we are all affiliated with cartels or drugs, or which is not the case. And so it was really nice to see the amount of support that was there. It was really shocking that the amount of support didn't like persuade the council members to go ahead and act. And so we're having another one, like you said, in April. And I'm hoping to see more community come out and participate and use their voices. But definitely.
And I think with that too, there's like procedures. So like a city can't just like necessarily do that. So like, for example, when they did that on the agenda, it was just a discussion and consideration, but it wasn't a motion,
Yeah.
So that's why there wasn't going to be any action that day. They were just considering it, So there are like procedures to like how things happen,
Yeah.
So yeah, and I think that's the reason I wanted to bring that up too, because I think two things. It's like one, even the same thing with the city of Burbank. I've been following that one too, and like the day you guys spoke, it was just a day to consider it as well, you know. And then it's up to a city council member to then hopefully garnish enough support to then bring it back up for an actual motion. And then at that point with a motion, and by the way, this is just like Robert's Rules of Order, but like then they would, after that motion is introduced, there's discussion and then a vote on it.
And then they vote on it.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see if now that there was already one discussion, if they'll bring it back as just another discussion point, or now a motion to consider, which then would mean the city council. At that point, they could amend the motion. They could say we need more information and push it back again.
Yeah.
They could do that too. Or they could just decide to vote on it, or whatever was introduced, they could amend it to other language, but then vote on it. So I haven't seen the agenda for April 7th, but that might be the case where it might be a motion now.
But going back to the your original question was what is a sanctuary city?
Yeah.
So from my understanding, it provides certain protections. Doesn't mean that ICE is not welcome, is not going to be able to come into the city, is that they're not going to operate in the city. It just means that city resources are not going to go towards supporting ICE raids or helping ICE.
Yeah.
And so that's my understanding, but I would love to hear from you,
Yeah.
you know.
And before that, just want to say we're listening to KROJ 101.5 FM. We have Spring Forward. It is top of the hour here.
Yes.
Little past 11 o'clock in the morning, y'all. You're listening to Radio Link 101.5 FM, Panorama City. We're right here in the studios of Pueblo y Salud. And we're talking about sanctuary cities, y'all. And, well, a couple things. One, sanctuary, well, the state of California, just to provide just a little history, the state of California itself is a sanctuary state, you know?
Mhm.
Yeah.
So that means every city is technically a sanctuary city. Like,
Yeah.
so, you know, that's something to just note. When cities say they're sanctuary cities, it's just like a declaration, unless
Yeah.
they want to put a little extra on it. But regardless, they have to follow the state law. So
Yeah.
every every city is technically already like sanctuary, you know, because our whole state is. That was actually introduced back in 2016. So this is over 8 years ago now, though. So this isn't new. Back in 2016, then Senator Kevin De Leon, and you know we're not gonna talk about too much about Kevin De Leon, the city council member that sits on the city council today, but at the time he was a senator at the assembly level. He introduced a bill. And so that was the California's Value Act, SB 54. And so, and eventually Jerry Brown signed it into law in 2017, October 2017, actually. And so, and the main thing is that the state will not help any federal authorities with deportations. But there are also a lot of exceptions too, though. So it's not, sanctuary is not going to be like a full protection.
Yeah.
A declaration just means like, yeah, we support what the state's already doing, because obviously we have to do it. But it is a, you know, there's no like services, for example, are not going to be based on immigration status, for example. That's another one that the sanctuary status has given California and cities. There are like, for example, if a judge does sign a warrant, then cities and other state agencies can indeed participate with federal agencies like ICE to assist with those warrants. So there are like exceptions. Usually for like criminal offenses, felonies, certain types of judge warrants, but not ICE deportations or court hearings in immigration. So there are like very specific things there. But the state of California has been a sanctuary state since 2017, you know? And I think what cities are doing now is just kind of like reaffirming that, you know, like
They're
just kind of
doubling
saying,
down.
just saying, hey, like, you know, let's not forget that, you know?
Yeah.
California actually in 2017 was the first state in the U.S. to become a sanctuary state.
Oh, wow.
Now we have states like Colorado that are also sanctuary states. So there are other states that are like that, and other cities in California that have recently also declared that, like just as another like reaffirming, like L.A., I believe San Diego, Berkeley, Davis, and there's a few others like Watsonville that have already declared themselves one more time, you know?
I have a question, and I don't know if you have the answer for this, but I would like to ask regardless. What about the cities that have declared themselves like non-sanctuary cities? Like I know there's like Huntington Beach,
Huntington Beach, yeah.
and so now in like since I'm learning from you that that the state of California is a sanctuary state, well, what does that mean for like Huntington?
I mean, it means what it means is, so like another big thing as to why, like, because there was actually like a lot of sheriff departments actually, surprisingly, some were in favor of when Kevin De Leon introduced that you know, Senate bill. The whole idea for law enforcement was so that they could focus more on community policing, if you will, or community, like, you know, interactions. So they were actually in favor of it for the most part, because they wanted to focus more on, like, you know, the like criminal aspects that just happen in a city, not the immigration enforcement, right? So they didn't want to put any resources into that, because they were saying, we don't even have that many resources to that, even though, like, I think the LAPD budget's like over $1 billion. But anyway, we're going to talk about that right now. But point being, so when cities like that declare themselves, what they're just saying is that, like, they're willing to put more of their local resources into potentially assisting federal agencies like ICE. So in other words, where they're okay with coordinating. They're okay with coordinating. But the state law, what I'm not 100% sure on is whether or not that would be a state law violation.
Yeah,
and whether or not that then needs to go, through the courts to fight it.
Yeah.
Or it just means, hey, if you have the resources and you want to, because even right now the exception is you could work with federal agencies on a task force, and if that task force could involve immigration, cities can participate in that. You know, so I'm not sure whether that's like legally being challenged or not.
Yeah.
But that could potentially be the case.
Yeah.
But it means when a city does, as for my understanding, is that it can actually provide some resources that normally will just go to community like policing to now like, oh, hey, we'll send some officers to help you with, with the ICE coordination of places where they want to go, But it's a definitely just a very fearful time, but I think it's also like, as I see like community coming together too, it's like a hopeful time too, though. I think like that hopefully will tear down some of the fear that's like just that fear mongering that's been happening so much.
Absolutely.
But that's my understanding. But that's I was gonna mention, I think I have it here, so like California was the first state, but then there's also like Colorado, which I mentioned, Connecticut, Illinois, Massachusetts, New Jersey, New York, Oregon, and Vermont are all like sanctuary states as well.
So the best states.
Right? I mean,
I lived in Connecticut.
Yeah. There you go. And Washington too,
Okay.
So, but yeah, that's a little bit on that. I mean, any takes from y'all right here on like sanctuary status or like, immigration from either Blizzard or so for real though?
I would have to say, I mean, I grew up in Burbank. I don't like say it a lot because I live in the city of San Fernando. So I think both of like those events separate like have really like put into perspective like, okay, we should be using our voice, and I know that one of my friends or like old teammates from high school actually spoke at the Burbank one as well. So I think it's really important to like, I guess, double down on the fact that like we need to use our resources for helping the community rather than like hurting the community. So I'm really looking forward to the next ones with emotions and considerations and all that, because I feel like the community will come together even more.
Yeah. Blizzard, any take on this?
I mean, I actually, Soph used to work with me in Burbank, and we're out on the streets all the time, and I definitely agree that the city needs the resources to be taken care of. There's a lot of people struggling out there, and we see it like every day. I don't know, man. It's just, it's a crazy time.
Yeah, it is, and it's like,
it's a lot.
And I think the other thing I've noticed too from in our Sigue la Lucha, Fighting for Immigrant Voices, we already recorded our part 3 as well, and we were talking to an immigration attorney, and what they've been seeing is that ICE has had a hard time, carrying out some of their deportation orders. Because folks know their rights, and like kind of what you're saying too, Diosi, like from knowing your rights to folks speaking up at different city councils, like even if it is just for discussion, that's still like like a public record now, right? And like you're advocating and also like in a way making the local elected officials take a position on this, like where do they stand on this, and so so it's very interesting time where ICE itself is like understaffed, and so they kind of count on local law enforcement But if you have these cities with doubling down and saying no, we're gonna definitely continue to not only abide by California state law, but also some cities even take other policies even a little further than that, So it's just interesting to see small cities like San Fernando or Burbank that are adjacent to the big LA city.
Yeah.
How they're handling this current situation, of immigration deportation attempts by ICE and, Homeland Security in that sense,
Yeah.
But Josie, any final words on this, since, you're going to be out there, what do you expect from the city of San Fernando, actually?
Well, I expect for the city of San Fernando to show out like they always do. It is a very inclusive city. There are people here that don't like that, I would say. But I would say that the majority of the community here and the community that, partakes in the city of San Fernando, that whether they're here to shop, they're business owners, they come hang out here. Everybody knows that it's a very inclusive space. And so I expect for that to be the case. I expect for community to come out and to use their voices. We have a lot of organizers, activists here in the community, and so I'm looking forward to seeing all of them show up and to hearing from them. And it's really heartwarming to see like the outpouring of support to the undocumented community and to the immigrant community. So yeah, but as to the discussion, it was really insightful. I just think we need to continue to learn, about what all of these, like the language, right? Like it's not language, these terms are not terms that we're used to hearing all the time. And these are discussions that usually are had, behind closed doors. And so you're very limited to how much awareness and wisdom and knowledge you can gain. So I would say start having these conversations with your friends, your family members. I know it's not something to talk about in a work environment, but if you do have colleagues that you hang out outside of work, pick each other's brains on this, because we really need to be each other's support system right now. And one thing that I've learned at every single workshop that I've been at, like a Know Your Rights workshops, is community is going to be your first support, your first responder in these ICE raids. And so if you have undocumented family, figure out your resources in the different parts of the city, because the truth of the matter is we cannot live in isolation and we cannot live in fear. And we have to be prepared for if it happens, not you get me, not scrambling in the moment.
Yeah,
so
absolutely. Yeah. Prepare. Research, y'all. California Values Act. Thank you, Jackie. Jackie's keeping us on point. But yes, the California Values Act, sanctuary cities, and really sanctuary state, yeah. And with that said, let's get into Soulful Valley Bites, because that in it of itself, it's your own moment of zen right there. So tell us a little bit more about first, what are you thinking, Soph, as far as where you're gonna take it for the next season? We brainstorm a little bit, but where are you thinking right now as of March 9th right here, a little past 11 o'clock? Where are you going with Soulful Valley Bites?
So San Fernando Valley, I hope you're still awake with all our exciting talk right now. Let's get back into Soulful Valley Bites for season 3. We're expecting breakfast and cafes.
What?
Yes, breakfast.
That's
and
a change
cafes.
up from some of the other lunches or
Lunch
dinners.
and dinners, yeah. Because I know
that.
Catalan's Goodies was a dinner take, So we're taking it back to comfort food. I don't know about y'all, but I love breakfast. Breakfast is my favorite
Yes.
meal.
It's the best.
Yeah.
breakfast all day.
Yeah.
And
Can
I
have
love
first
diners.
breakfast,
I
second
love little
breakfast.
diners, where it's kind of like a time warp. Like when you go in there and it's it takes you back to a different era, because everything's still
feel
kind of
like
like
a
the
kid.
same,
Yeah. I love that.
Are we thinking the same diner?
Possibly.
Beeps.
Beeps?
Oh, Beeps is
I love
one.
Beeps.
I was thinking Joyce.
Joyce?
Joyce.
Okay. I
Yes.
have to put that on my list.
Did you
Yeah.
guys
Where's
ever go to
Joyce?
Foxy's?
Yes.
Right here before it
Foxy's.
closed down.
Oh,
Foxy's? Where was that?
No, where was that at?
Is it called Foxy's? Oh man, you guys, never mind.
Oh.
It was right there on. It was. You know what? I'll figure it out off air because my memory is
Yeah.
not good. But
Oh.
it
Was it like a
recently
diner
closed
there?
down.
Was it a
It was
diner or-
no, it was in San Fernando, Silmar area.
Foxy's.
oh, I know what you're talking about. Like on San
Yeah.
Fernando Road.
Yeah, and it
like,
was like super old. The
It
building
was
Oh,
so
white.
old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then-
Across
It
from
was-
from the train station, right?
Yes.
That was one of my
It's
favorites.
So
Yeah.
cute.
Yeah.
Yes.
I
Anyway,
went
Foxy's.
there.
Oh, but it's
Yeah.
oh yeah.
It closed down.
Oh,
They
RIP.
film there sometimes though.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
There's also Hearts. You ever been to Hearts?
No,
Where's
I haven't
that?
been to Hearts.
That's another one. It's a family owned, and it's in I think that area is probably considered close to like Lake Balboa area. On
Okay.
Balboa
We
and
need to get
like
to the west side.
like Balboa and like maybe like Parthenia or Roscoe, I think, something like that. Like
Okay.
right in that little area, you know.
Okay.
But that one's called Hearts. And same, it's like old school, you know. It has a big aquarium with all kinds of cool like tropical fish,
Not
but it's
the
like
aquarium.
it has like a little booth and
Hearts like corazon.
Aquarium will
corazon.
definitely date you.
You know. But yeah, okay. So Soulful Valley Bites doing breakfast and diners. Do you have any particular diners in mind already?
Is it Joyce's?
Joyce's, yes.
Okay. So
On-
I
on
have
Reseda.
Beep's Diner. So far, like my favorite cafe in the San Fernando Valley is Mexcocina Cafe.
Oh, okay.
I went there one time with DOC. It's gotten a lot better, DOC. Because I don't know, it's because the owners know my family or like maybe
What
they
place
treat
is
me a
it?
little better. Mexcocina. We went after that hike last year. Remember when we went to the waterfall hike? We had the French toast.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, my favorite dish from there is the nopalito omelet.
Ooh.
So
Okay,
I
no.
think for sure I'm gonna be reviewing
Sounds
that.
good.
when we
No,
go,
any
so-
Oh,
any
yeah.
restaurant that has nopales on their
Uh.
menu, like, I'm there.
Ooh, okay. I
Yeah.
can't wait for this season. You know,
Yeah,
we're gonna
and
get some
then-
grub. You know,
I really
nopalitos.
want to nopalitos. You gotta have that plant-based protein. You know.
Look, your microphone be looking like a nopalito right now. It's
I
all
know.
green and everything. Don't take a bite out of it. All right, easy.
Mine is an apple.
There you go.
True.
I
The-
have a
You're
cold.
the apple.
Apple.
You're the apple from Snow White.
Oh,
There you go.
there it is,
Poison.
you know?
Going to sleep.
Yeah, don't bite that one.
Hector has a pancake.
I was
Oh,
just
damn.
gonna say that.
Pancake.
Getting ready for season 3 of Soulful Valley Bites. You're having breakfast right there.
Nice.
Love it.
No, let's see. For San Fernando, I was thinking No Sabo Cafe.
No
I
sabo.
really wanna.
Oh.
I've tried the chilaquiles there once. They're really good.
Where's
But,
that?
It's right next to Bodevi.
Bodevi. It's like
Oh, cool.
Crazy
the
Corner.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
the
yeah.
Crazy
I've
Corner
never
one.
been.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I
The
gotta check it out.
chilaquiles are good, but we
Okay.
gotta go.
Yeah.
We
Nice.
gotta go.
That's awesome.
Oh, you're
And-
making me hungry.
I know.
Actually, I have Foxy's on my list, but
Yeah.
not the old Foxy's.
the one in NoHo.
There's one in Glendale.
Really?
Yeah. I have
Oh.
Hungry Fox too
Hungry
on my
Fox?
list.
Okay.
Yeah, so whoever's listening, they're getting all the.
Oh,
right
yeah.
now.
Foxy's is that vintage looking one.
Yeah.
Oh, that one's cool. I like to.
Nice.
We've taken my mom there for like Mother's Day brunch and like
Yeah.
birthday brunch.
Oh, nice.
It's good.
Mm-hmm.
Anywhere they have good sourdough toast, I'm there.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And I
I
can't
know
wait
it's so
for like the
basic,
food, but also like probably like the ambiance, you know?
Yeah.
You know which one I've heard? My buddy was telling me. Big shout out to Daniel. He was telling me about him and his wife the other day went to on Roscoe. Rydell. No, is it Rydell? What's the other big
Galpin?
auto Galpin? So Galpin has like a diner.
Oh, my God, stop.
Yes.
Because the
And
grilled
it's old
cheese,
school there.
the grilled
Yeah.
cheese from there, I swear by it.
Yeah.
I swear by that grilled cheese
I gotta
at the
try
Galpin
that.
Ford
Yeah.
Diner.
Okay. So we're gonna have to.
I also heard
yeah.
that the Mission College has an open cafe.
Oh, really?
because
they
since they have a culinary
program,
school,
right? Yeah.
So they have like, I'm gonna go eat there, y'all.
Yeah.
Season
I'm
4,
like,
we go to colleges.
"What?
Hey,
Season
let's-
hey.
Hey, at least LA Mission.
LA
you know?
Mission,
know.
LA,
Culinary.
Valley College has culinary stuff too.
Yeah, they do.
Ooh.
I went to Valley
Yeah.
College for a semester.
I went, me
Hey.
too.
Funny.
Big shout out to the community colleges.
Also,
you know?
talking about food though, did you guys hear about the new Mediterranean place here in San Fernando?
Yeah, it's
Eto
right
Oh
there.
Chateria.
yeah, I saw it.
Yeah.
Have you guys tried it?
No, we
not
haven't. I
yet.
haven't tried
Ah,
it.
I just heard about it, so I'm so excited.
We should.
I wanna go
is
try
that
it.
is that next to the horchateria?
I
or
think it's like in the same plaza. I
Okay.
haven't.
Yeah.
I don't know
The-
where
It is next to
exactly.
it.
Yeah.
the
I
Brand
heard there
Library
was-
Plaza.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Plans
So
for
It's like
Italian
right on the corner.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
next to
Ooh,
my
okay.
barber,
Oh yeah, that's right.
Sam. Yeah, right across from Papa Juan.
Shout out.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of like like San Fernando stuff, I think we have Priscilla from the San Fernando Outdoor Market
Oh
here.
yeah, that's true.
Is Priscilla in the house? I think they've been signaling us over here that she might be here. But well, that sounds great. And then Soulful Valley Bites. Tell us, is Priscilla here? Yeah. All right, cool, excellent. So we'll have a little wrap up here with Soph, and so feel free to like join us and stay here with us too, though. You know.
Okay.
But yeah, tell us what else are you looking forward to this season 3?
Season 3, I'm looking forward to like increasing my skills in cinematography, and like it's been me and Hector pretty much for the past like I want to say like 5 episodes, and like I want to involve the interns more.
Yep.
I want to be able to like have like maybe a feast before season 3 starts to have some content as well. I'm thinking Korean food. I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll
Nice.
see.
Hey, a feast before the feast.
A feast before the feast.
Oh, let's go.
You
No
already
other
know.
way to go.
You already know.
You already
Oh,
know.
That sounds
So
great.
for real though.
Woo! All right, so for
That's
real
funny.
though, well, thank you for sharing, previewing,
Thank you.
and for making our mouths nice and watery. You know,
Yeah.
we
Thank
appreciate
you,
that.
thank you for bringing the soul into the
Yeah.
mind, body, and spirit.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks, DLC.
Keep it
Thanks,
nice and
Berserk,
soulful,
Hector.
of course.
Love you so.
We're gonna take a quick, short musical break, y'all. Just want to give a big shout out to Superior Car Company and Ira Hart, your local insurance agent, for sponsoring today's show. Of course, our community partners here, KROJ Radio Lean and Pueblo y Salud. We'll be right back after a Take You There Radio break. Check, check, check. We're back, y'all. Valley Views, KROJ. And we're here now with Priscilla, the San Fernando Outdoor Market, and really the San Fernando Mall Association member as well. And we also have Arit with us here and Abraham that are joining us today. And we're going to have a discussion on both the just the San Fernando Mall Association, the San Fernando downtown area, your bridal shop, and talk a little bit more also about like a city discussion that was held last week on Monday related to the San Fernando Outdoor Market and the city sponsorship of it. Really, that was a discussion. And of course, there's a lot going on. There's also the Celebration Expo that's happening March 16th, which is actually happening right after we're done with our community sound waves. We'll be at Bodevi from 9:30 to 11, and then the expo celebration is happening at 11 a.m. that day on March 16th as well, right?
Ooh, so pre-party.
There's a lot, yeah. Pre-party with us, community sound waves. Let's go now. But yes, welcome everybody. So Priscilla, let's just start with you real quick. How is your mind, body, and spirit right here, right now?
Good morning. Well, I hope everyone got some rest last night because we lost an hour of sleep. But I managed to be in bed early, so I'm feeling great. Got energized, got the sun in. It's looking beautiful outside, and we're just excited. 7 days away from the Celebration Expo happening March 16 in the downtown San Fernando Mall.
That's right. Time's flying so quickly. Arit, how are you? How's your mind, body, and spirit right here?
I'm fine. Like she said, the sun's out, which is great because it's been freezing. But I'm great. Even with the hour lost, I slept very well. Thank you.
There you go. There you go. You know, you look at you. You got your lashes on and everything. Okay, now. You
always,
know?
always.
Oh yeah, on point right there, Arit. And what about you, Abraham? How you doing? How's your mind, body, and spirit right here?
Honestly, I'm kind of tired too. Yeah, I need that extra hour for sure.
I know. I don't see your lashes. What's up?
No, I don't even have lotion on, man. A little messy.
Oh, it's all right. It's all right. Well, we're
Thanks
glad
for being
you're
here. Yeah.
Yeah, we're glad you're here. And, I want to first start with you guys, really, Arit and Abraham. Tell us about, so y'all have a bridal store, right? Tell us a little bit more about that in downtown San Fernando. And tell us a little bit about that and that journey, because I'm sure you have some interesting stories, too.
Right. So we started actually on Maclay Street before actually going to the San Fernando Mall. And then we stayed there for, I think, about 8 years. Yeah, 8
Wow.
More or less.
Okay.
And at first, it was really fun. I actually enjoyed it. I was actually a little helper, too. So I've been around that's been around me since, like, basically I want to say 5.
All right.
And
Were you like a model and everything, too, for the
They'll, like, tell me to come out in quinceañeras.
He would be one of the chambelanes in the quinceañera.
Oh, yeah? Were you ever like a backup chambelan in case someone got sick? Like, boom, you just filled in?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Those were the days.
Hey,
now that's a big thing. You can rent
It's
chambelanes.
back, right?
Yeah. You were one of the first chambelanes to rent.
Pioneer.
Yeah, but definitely we started there. And then at first, I think it was just tables and chairs.
Yeah.
And then we moved onto the dresses and all that, and that's when we moved to San Fernando.
Nice.
The mall.
Yeah.
And then,
we've been here for about 17 years.
Nice.
And we're still there, and we plan on staying there.
Yeah.
Nice.
Beautiful.
And they're going through a rebranding as well.
Yes,
so.
yes. It used to be Maclay Wedding, and right now we're rebranding to House of Dress.
House of Dress.
Yes.
H-A-U-S.
Yes,
Okay.
German, yes.
House.
Yes. House.
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 All
Or
right.
house music.
Yeah, exactly. You know, bring that European vibes.
throw
You
that
know?
in there.
And like for you, like what's special about like the downtown San Fernando and its legacy and history with bridal quinceañera stores in this region?
I think it's kind of like already bordered or branded in our culture, like having all that done around here. I feel like everyone that's a part of the community like knows that's the place to go for like quinceañeras and party stuff. So I just feel like we wanted to keep that like tradition going, but with a little twist, a little bit more like modern take to it. And so yeah, I think I love the people there. The energy is cool. Everyone's so friendly. Like everyone gets along.
Yeah, yeah, and I mean, I'm sure you get folks from here, from like the city of San Fernando. But what are some other places of your clientele, like where they come from?
So we have clientele from Utah, from Texas.
Okay, now.
From we do custom dresses. So they come from they will call us from there with family members from here to work on their dresses. They don't even see it until they literally
like
arrive.
The day
up. So but we do all of that. I think our specialty right now is custom. Custom, you can come in and create your own design, your own, and we help you embrace all of those things that you're looking for in a dress. We help you look for and find the perfect dress for you.
Nice. And what about from here, from the Valley? What are some folks from the Valley that come and visit y'all? Is that all over the place?
A lot of people come from Palmdale. I've noticed a lot of people from Palmdale, so I feel like we're known over there. And we also have a lot of people from all over, like she said, because we are certified to distribute certain dresses.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay,
so only few stores are able to do that.
Yeah, that's huge.
That's definitely an advantage for us.
Yeah, we are one of the few actually between maybe 2 or 3 that are certified for all the brands, all the Morili, Princess by Ariana Vara, Mary's, all of that stuff, that we have every single line.
Oh, that's interesting. That you need to have those type of certifications.
Yeah, I feel like people have different they need different options, so we're here to give it to them.
Nice. Yeah.
And they're just an extension of their mom, Isabel, who is so sweet, always smiling.
Yeah.
She came out in our prom video that we did for the celebration next hope you go to.
Okay, I'm going to have to check it out.
San Fernando,
I have a question.
Yeah.
So, you guys have been around for a long time. 8 years in your first location, and now you guys said 15?
About 15, 17 years.
15, 17 years in this other location and the actual strip of the mall. So that's a lot of history there that you guys have seen, like come and go, different fads, right? How would you say that the transition from like COVID and then post-COVID, like how that affected like not just like the industry with like dresses and fashion and parties, but also like the small business culture like within the mall?
Oh yeah, we definitely felt an impact during the first 2 years. We really had to try to transition to online, which has kind of been difficult because we're small business. But yeah, we saw everyone kind of suffering. Everyone was trying to come together, trying to see what we could do to actually make it better for not just ourselves as a business, but everyone else. So yeah, it was just really hard. We had to change also the way we promote our business. So yeah, it was a struggle. But I feel like now, especially now that we have more businesses that are opening on the strip, that's bringing a lot of attention to the community again. And that's I think it's wonderful. I like that.
Great.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because it's definitely, the energy has definitely shifted. I actually lived in Utah. So I can say
Did you order the dress when you were in Utah?
You did. I
you?
remember that.
Yeah, I was that call with the purple dress. No, pero what I was trying to say is that I can say that there's a lot of community from here, from the San Fernando Valley out there. Because it's one of the fastest growing cities right now in all of the United States. And so there's a lot of community going out there for work. But the traditions and our values and the way we celebrate is the same.
Yeah,
they're never gonna change. And so the city of San Fernando, the mall of San Fernando has always been that focal point. And even saying you guys saying going back 17 years, I was 15, 17 years ago. My friends were going through their quinceañeras, and I'm like, I wonder if I walked into one of your guys' shops at that time, because I was 15, literally 17 years ago, shopping for my best friends, quinceañera for my my homegirls quinceañera. So and I was also one of those, my mom, she had a lot of señora friends, and they they would always be like, oh, préstame tu hija. And so you would always end up at fittings or at practices and stuff.
Change.
And so It's really interesting, you know, to hear you guys say that you guys have clients from Utah, from all of that, because I heard that. Like, I would hear people talking about, like, oh, llama San Fernando, like, llama para allá.
Wow, look at that.
It's like, no.
Yeah,
no,
and
no.
so, but when I came back about a year or so after I came back, is when I got affiliated with Valley Views and Hector, and is when I started like kind of going to the outdoor markets, and the whole energy at the mall was different. Like, it was never, like, it wasn't something I had experienced there before, like, to that extent, but like it was still like the cultural hub that I remembered as a child.
Yeah.
Just like it was a different vibe.
Yeah.
But yeah, like how would you guys say that transition, like the energy of like community, I would say, coming to the mall, like post pandemic?
Right. Well, I feel like you said, we were 15, 14 back then. So a bunch of the people that are actually involved are grown up now. So I feel like we bring a different style. We bring in like 2 cultures, 3 cultures, instead of like versus our parents that would just bring in like their own one. So I feel like that brings in more energy. Like I've been saying, like I like the sushi place that's
A La Diabla?
Yeah, I love that they bring in like that Mexican fusion into it, because like I said, our community is not just one. There's different cultures, so that's cool that they bring it together, and that's why there's different things coming out as well.
Yeah.
I like that.
And thank you for sharing about like you see the growth and the changes, and sometimes change can be scary for the community. And
definitely.
I know we're gonna talk about Monday's council meeting, and I just think it's so important to have more voices to share about what they are experiencing and what they see in the future. But I also really love when I see like the adult children involved in family businesses. I mean, I work with my dad, my family, and working with family is not easy, but it's it is such a blessing to see that. And thank you guys for sharing that and for being here.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Thank you for that. And like, yeah, let's transition to talk about then. So we have this thing too, right? That kind of merges, right, with your business, your brick and mortar, which is the San Fernando Outdoor Market. And I know that there's been some discussion about whether the city should continue to sponsor it or not, whether the city should continue to, and also like just hearing from like different business owners and the San Fernando Mall Association. So maybe Priscilla, tell us a little bit about that council meeting that occurred on Monday. Maybe if you can give us like a quick little 1-minute summary on this,
Yeah. So this past Monday, City of San Fernando had a council meeting. And on the agenda was the conversation around the city continuing to sponsor the outdoor market, which happens 9 times out of the year, and then the upcoming Celebration Expo, which is an extension of the street market brought to you by the downtown San Fernando. And yeah, I mean, the comments were great. It was pretty much 50-50 on the conversations around this, and discussions that I haven't even heard of before, and questions, and it's so interesting to see that, because like I mentioned, change can be scary, and we're going through a generational shift, and how can we continue to maintain the culture and the vibes but without losing that? And I think it all goes back to what you guys were saying. It started back in, maybe further than that, but the pandemic. The street market wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the pandemic. It went from weekend street closures to collaborating with the city on, hey, let's just do this street market once a month, and let's bring some vendors. Let's bring the community together. And a good amount, I know there was a survey done with the businesses in the mall, and majority of the businesses are in favor of the street market. And, there's still a fraction that do express that it's one of their slowest days, and I'm really glad that it was tabled. The discussion was tabled on Monday, but they did approve to continue to sponsor the upcoming Celebration Expo, and then half of the sponsorship for the street market for April. But I know that next month the discussions will continue. I want to encourage everyone to come out, support, express your comments. And then I believe there's also now going to be an ad hoc committee. And in this committee, they will dig deeper into the concerns. And I think we definitely need that. And yeah, I just think the community wants their voices to be heard, their concerns. And, but yeah, that's what's been going on.
Yeah, no, thank you for that summary. And I know that I believe it's the mayor of the city of San Fernando and Joe Fajardo, Councilmember Fajardo, who are the members of the ad hoc, I believe, right? And so there's going to be, I think, some meetings with the Downtown San Fernando Mall Association to kind of like, see where there could be some, common ground between the, like bridal shop and also the San Fernando Outdoor Market, kind of like, organizers to see, how can we make sure that the brick and mortar businesses don't suffer that day during the San Fernando Outdoor Market. And is there a way to continue to sponsor and have the San Fernando Outdoor Market where it's currently located, right in the heart of downtown San Fernando? So that's kind of like that's been the what the topic of discussion in the city right now. So so it is going to be interesting to see like where folks land and where the city also, like, again, going back to motions, what motion will be introduced and what that motion will actually say, and that will determine for the most part some of the what happens after April, to the San Fernando Outdoor Market, so it's kind of in limbo right now,
It really is.
I wanted to take, like, what's your, like, since you guys have been there for so long too, like, for you guys, like, how do you see, like as being a brick and mortar business owners and being there, the San Fernando Outdoor Market, like, how's that been for y'all, Do
you have something to say?
I think that it definitely has affected a lot of our community. There's bridal shops, but I also invite everyone to not only go to the outdoor market, but also walk the mall. And I think that's what's everybody's concern, that they focus so much on the market that our shops are being left out. Another thing, I do know that a lot of the shops were concerned about, that they were concerned about, like the trash and all of that. And that's another thing that they, the bathrooms, parking. So, I mean, another suggestion would be just moving the market to the street behind us, and maybe that would work. Personally, in our shop, we haven't really seen any change. I mean, we still see customers. Our customers still come. They park a little further and they come in.
Yeah.
I know that a lot of the other ones that's one of their concerns. Like, there's no parking. They don't come in. People don't even don't even pay attention to our stores. And I think that if the community kind of, like, if you're gonna go see a dress, you can even do it in the afternoon, because a lot of our shops, like, we close around 8:00. Just walk and pay attention to your surrounding stores, not just the market.
Yeah.
And I think that's that's one of the big things that I say we because it is a little slower than usual, but a lot of the stores, that's what's their concern, like, oh, we're not being paid attention to, like people don't walk, here, and people this, and also a lot of the stores close early, so why not stay open a little later? Maybe, you never know. Maybe,
you can make a sale or two, or at least at least like folks could start getting to know you.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's what I tell a lot of our neighbors. And we do stay open a little later. Usually our closing time is 5:00. We stay about 8:30.
Nice. Like during the outdoor market time.
Exactly. Yeah. And I think it's made a difference. It's made a lot of difference.
Yeah.
So I just think everybody should it's not a bad thing, the market. I just think it needs a little more rerouting to our concerns. But I definitely like the market. I think
Yeah,
it
me
brings
too.
it brings different vibes. It brings different things. The new restaurants around as well.
Yeah.
Are they're really good for the business. So
Well,
they're
not-
opening up a new one right next to us.
Wow.
They're building it, so
Okay.
I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
the street market is the biggest outdoor event right now in the
Yeah.
valley. So that's really cool and
Yeah,
huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Abraham, I think you want to squeeze in some words there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know like people complain about the traffic and all that. Like I know that's a main concern, but I mean people are willing to wait. I know a lot of people wait for In-N-Out. The line is super long.
Good point.
I don't see you complaining about that.
That's a
but,
good point.
I mean, if you really want to do it, you should, and I encourage everyone
Yeah.
because I mean, like I said, people drive all the way to the Rose Bowl or something for that flea market.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
I mean,
Oh,
why not
that's so
support
true.
each
Yeah.
other?
Yeah,
Yeah,
our local
yeah.
You know?
community. You
Yeah,
know?
I feel
Yeah,
like there's so
that's
much.
what
No, and thank you for sharing that too, Adi and Abraham too. I think like there's so much I feel like here, like where there's actually if there's a good approach to it, like
Yeah.
some good solutions that could come
Yeah,
out of
definitely
this. You know what I
time,
mean? To
Yeah.
like keep the outdoor market going, but also maybe like switch up a little bit how like the love is paid to the brick and mortars too.
Right.
You know, and like
Yeah.
or other ways to change it up. Like change is good. You know.
Yeah, definitely.
So no, I do see that as well. I always just trip out on like, even though like I hear the stuff about parking, but I'm like, so how did everybody else that get to the market, like where do
Get
they
to the
park
market.
then?
Yeah,
exactly.
Because
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like everyone else is able to park
Yeah,
somehow.
it's like
you know?
he said, if you really want to be there, if you're really, you're
Make
gonna
it
find a
happen.
parking.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, and how great would it be if more of these bridal shops stay up open and get creative, passing out flyers.
Yeah.
So I own San Fernando Fitness, and we never missed a market, and we pay for that booth every single month, and I can't say that every month we're making thousands of dollars,
Right.
but
Yeah.
if anything,
helps, yeah,
we're
yeah.
putting
Yeah.
our name out there,
Exactly.
That's the most important thing.
and there's a
Even
saying.
like putting a table out or something
Exactly.
in front of the store.
Yeah, and there's a saying that the best known product will always beat the best product.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, that's definitely true.
Yeah.
absolutely.
And I'm also like thinking like just in general, like even where we're at, we do the entertainment, and it's kind of like, how cool would it be? Which I've never really thought about until I started hearing like what some of the bridal, thank you for that, like bridal, concerns were like from the business owners. It's like, well, why don't we like have them do kind of like what you're saying, like you're a model, right? Kind of like, well, let's have maybe some of your dresses on display, like or maybe have like a little runway show like at certain times, so folks could see like the
I love
type
that.
of like talent
Exactly.
that are in those brick and mortars and what they're doing, like with the custom dresses
that's
or the
awesome.
tuxes
Yeah.
or like other services that you might offer, right?
Right.
Kind of like a display of like, look, like this
This
is
what we
right here
have,
too.
yeah.
And
you
that's
know?
what the Celebration
the
Expo is
expo.
for.
Yeah, exactly.
That's exactly what it's for.
Yeah.
And, the association, the goal is to be able to hopefully do this every 6 months where it's
Yeah.
like dedicated only to these merchants, because, I mean, we have a district of businesses that dedicate to all things party and celebration, baptism, First
Yeah.
Communion. We have Western wear.
Mhm.
So, yeah,
Yeah,
I'm excited.
there's like a big diversity there,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it'll be neat to see like the expos happening, and then like how can you almost replicate that, but at like a mini version of it, like during the outdoor market, so like that, like
Oh yeah, I get
so
you
like
now.
that, it's kind of like it's not just like a one time, but it's like, oh cool, like at the main market, like some businesses
Maybe
will be
like after
displayed,
the I know they have like sometimes like sets for bands and stuff. Maybe maybe on that stage that would be a good little
right, where it's like,
Set.
let's bring in
I
some of the
love
bridal
it.
shops
Well,
and like
love
stuff
it.
like
Yeah.
that,
Yeah.
Yeah, Diosi could wear a dress, you can wear tuxes,
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Charros too,
Charros, the charros. Those are
for
big.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I want to
Yeah.
also recognize that they actually own their building as well. So they're coming in here not only as business owners, but also as like landlords and owning the business.
Yeah.
How's that been for you guys?
That's tough, honestly, because a lot of people always want to kind of like bash us in terms of that, because they want to like they don't think they have more say, I guess. But we're good. I think it's a good challenge that we want to endeavor in,
Wow.
and then I think we want to take this on like just as much as my mom would take it on. Like she's very
Aw.
she's a hustler. She does it all. So that's what we want to do. Take that responsibility.
Yeah, that's a big responsibility because now it's like if something breaks, it's like,
it's
who do you call? Oh, snap.
Not Ghostbusters.
It's like, oh no, like we're the ones taking the calls.
Right? But it's an opportunity to lead by example to others, to the other businesses. Would you highlight? I know they're redoing, modeling one of the buildings, and I think that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, and tell us the location of your business.
It's 1042 San Fernando Road, and formerly known as McClay Wedding, but it will be House of Dress within the next within the next 3 weeks. I'm hoping.
Okay.
So yeah, visit us. We're there every day from 11 to 7. So we'll be able to help you. Yeah.
There it is. Well, we're going to let you finish off with what are some words of wisdom? Abraham, we're going to start with you because we're almost done with our show here. But what are some words of wisdom you want to leave us with, Abraham?
I'd say loyalty, compassion, and ambition. Those are my words.
Beautiful.
Nice.
Thank you for that, Abraham. And what about yourself, Adi? What are some words of wisdom you want to leave us with?
I would say, honestly, wow. The same as my brother.
There it is. Thank you for that. We didn't mean to put you on the spot there. We just wanted to get a little bit of your wisdom out there. Yeah. And Priscilla, last but not least, right here, what are some words of wisdom you want to leave us with?
I actually got a quote this morning, and I was like, oh, this is great to share. The only limit to our realization of tomorrow is our doubts of today. Let doubt be your motivation, not your barrier. Rise and conquer.
There it is. Let's not doubt it. Well, with that said, there is no doubt that we are done, though. So we want to thank everybody for being here, our interns for helping, Arid, Abraham, Priscilla, DLC, Blazerk, and the whole crew. So for real, though. And thank you so much to our sponsors, Superior Car Company, as well as Ira Hart, your local insurance agent, Pueblo Salud, and Radio Lean. And we'll catch you in the next one. But stay tuned, y'all, because we have the one and only, the Valley Youngsters with their show coming up right now, top of the hour. We'll be right back here on KROJ 101.5 FM.
Awesome.